Hi everyone, it's Kamal here, your trusted real estate advisor. Today we're talking about the top 5 mistakes sellers make. Top 5 mistakes sellers make. Mistake number 5 is staying at home during viewings. Okay, staying at home during viewings. You've hired a real estate agent, you've signed the contract, now your property is on the market and potential buyers are coming through the property. One of the biggest mistakes sellers can make is actually to be at home during the viewings. Okay, it doesn't add any value. All it does is basically make the buyers that are walking through the property feel uncomfortable. The whole process gets awkward. The buyers are not able to ask their questions openly to the real estate agent, and all the buyers really want to do at this stage is basically move on to the next property. So mistake number 5, staying at home during viewings. Okay, mistake number 4 is not offering adequate compensation. Now, when your property comes onto the market, you have to understand your property is going to be one of many other properties that are going to hit the market at the same time. So as real estate agents, we're going through the MLS system. We see your property come onto the market. We see a bunch of other properties come onto the market, but you're not offering full commission. The others are. Okay, your competition is offering full commission. Now, what's going to happen is the real estate agents are just going to take their clients to see the other properties, right? You can argue fiduciary duty, you can argue code of ethics and all that. The reality is that's what's going to happen. Your property is going to sit on the market. It's not going to get the viewings. It's definitely not going to get an offer coming in. You're only helping your competition sell. And in the meantime, you're going through a very stressful environment. So mistake number 4 is offer the adequate compensation so that your product looks competitive compared to the other products. Okay. Mistake number 3 is hiring the wrong realtor or doing it yourself. In the Greater Toronto area, the GTA, where I practice my real estate, at the end of 2017, we had almost 50,000 licensed real estate agents. Of that 50,000, almost 26% did 0 deals last year. Another 49% did between 1 to 6 deals. So you can see that's almost 80% of all licensed real estate agents were part-time agents. So when it comes time for real estate here, you definitely want to do your due diligence. Make sure you're hiring an experienced realtor that's going to take care of you and your family for your real estate needs. The other aspect of this is doing it yourself. In my industry, we call this FSBO, FSBO, which is for sale by owner. This is the seller trying to sell it themselves. Again, a really bad idea because, again, you really want to have a professional on your side when it comes to this. Now, it's going to sound self-serving because I'm a real estate agent. So let's look at some facts. The National Association of Realtor, NAR, in the US does a study every year. It's called the Profile of Home Buyers and Sellers. You can Google it. At the end of 2017, on average, they found FSBOs sell for about $60,000 less than a similar property that was sold using a realtor. So not only are you going to put yourself through a stressful time, you're also going to be walking away with a lot less money if you try to sell it yourself. Mistake number 2 is not preparing your home for sale. Here's a simple fact. Buyers buy on emotion. Doesn't matter if they're first-time home buyers or if they've been through the process before, they buy on emotion. This is one of the reasons when you go into a property, oftentimes you'll hear music playing in the background, or you might have a scent of cookies or muffins coming from the kitchen. We're trying to play into that emotion. Here's another fact. A study was done and it showed that up to 90% of all people cannot see past bad coloring, bad lighting, clutter, and furniture. This is one of the reasons why as real estate agents, we recommend that you stage the property, declutter it as much as possible, change the lighting, maybe even have a fresh coat of paint, and depersonalize the space. What I mean by that is when we ask you to take your family's photos down, the idea here is that when potential buyers are going through the property, we want them to be able to see themselves and their family in that space and not be looking at your family's photos. Okay, you have to understand at the end of the day, your property again is in competition with other properties, so you want to make sure that it shows as best as it can. Okay, mistake number 1 is overpricing your property. You have to understand as real estate agents, we all have access to the same data. We will be doing the same market analysis. So it's highly unrealistic that somebody would overpay when we have market data to show that we shouldn't. Okay, imagine you came into the market and you price your property at $1 million when the market is really at 800,000. Okay, what's going to happen is your property is going to sit on the market. You're not going to get a lot of viewings. You're definitely not going to get an offer. Your competition is going to get the offers. They're going to move off the market. Your days on market starts to climb as new buyers and new agents are entering the market. They see that they get suspicious, they may come and see the property, but they're not going to come and put in an offer. Okay, so during all this time, you're stressed. Things are not working out, you're not happy, and what's worse is you're left with three fairly negative decisions from here. You can decide to stay on the market the way it is, which is not a good idea. You can choose to reduce price to market, which is what you should do, or you can cancel the listing. Again, all three fairly negative decisions to make because you started wrong by coming onto the market overpriced. Those are the top 5 mistakes sellers make. I have a lot more information on my website, or if there's a topic you'd like us to cover, definitely give us a call. Otherwise, all real estate is local. If you want to find out what's going on in your neighborhood, give us a call. Thank you for your time. Take care.